it's Murphy Gray Hunter, and it is Sunday. I was in Monday, Sunday, June the 2nd. Oh my God, it's a little after 9 o'clock in the evening. I can't believe that it's June already. Like, I mean, I'm not complaining because the sooner we get over summer, the better. I am not a summer gal. People are like, oh my God, you live in Texas? So like you must wear boots, have a 10-gallon hat, and love the sun. No. I don't like summer at all. It's so hot. And today was hot. It was like 100 degrees, like that suck the moisture out of your body type of heat, you know. And I know some people are like, that's nothing. I live in hell, and it's like 112, 115, 120 degrees here. So it's nothing. But I don't know what it's like to live in hell. So all I know is Africa hot. We have, hot, hotter, and Africa hot. And that's Africa hot outside. I mean, like, it's just so hot, like you're delusional, like you're seeing spots kind of heat. So the hair went up in a knot because my hair is heavy and it's long, like to back past my butt, and it's like a blanket. So I'm like, it's too hot. Anyway, so I feel like, when you've been outside of the sun all day at the beach or just out in the sun, and but at the end of the day, you feel so like tired, like so drained. That's the feeling I'm feeling now. But anyway, let's talk about my book haul. So we have a really nice library here in the little town that I live in. And it's an old building, and the next time I go, I will do a video. I'll ask if I can do a video. I do have a picture of the outside, so I will put that at the end of the thing, at the end of the video. But when you go in, you have all the children's side on. I talked about this before. All the children's areas on this side, like huge, huge. They have like a stage, so like if kids want to do stuff. They have like a play area. They have computers for them. They have their own little bathroom, which with the little bitty toilet, which is cute. Because when I need to go to the bathroom, I'm like, good thing I'm only 5 foot tall, because I'm like, ooh, is that the toilet? Okay, my size. And so, and they have like classrooms. So like if you homeschool or whatever it is you're doing, but if you homeschool and you don't have a place, you can go there, and they have individual like rooms with desks and tables and all that. So, I mean, desks and tables. Tables and chairs. Blah, 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 blah. That's what I meant, tables and chairs. I don't mind. So, and then on the other side, they have a teenager spot. So for 12 and up, or 12 and 18, 12 and 20, 12, I don't know. But over 12 can go in this area. And so they have like cool little couches, for teenagers. And they have like a lot of like magazines and cool little games and stuff like that for them. And then in the middle, they have all the new books that just came out, plus a lot of other books. And then they have a magazine rack, and then they have the checkout area, and then they have an office area. So if you want to go work on computers, print things out, whatever. And then in the very back, they have the Poppy Cafe. And it's like they sell coffee, pizza, sandwiches, smoothies, all kinds of stuff back there. And they got little tables inside, and they got tables outside. And then you go up the stairs, and up the stairs they have like a bunch of like conference rooms and stuff. They have some fine art up there. Another seating area, the elevator on the one side, and then they have a whole big area for books, so you can check out books. And they got another workstation up there, like if you're trying to do like whatever. But in the corner is the used bookstore. So the used bookstore, they do where sometimes they would do like buy one, get two free. Buy one soft cover, get two free. Buy one hardcover, get one free. Or, they always had some special, so. But for a while now, they've just been doing by donations. So you could take $100 and give them $1, and they won't ask you any questions. They won't say nothing to you, but thank you very much. So anyway, so they had a rack downstairs. Those are the older books. Those are the books that they've had the longest, and then they have the upstairs store. So I went on Saturday by myself, because usually when I take Jay, she's like, are we going yet? Are we going yet? How much longer? Are you almost done looking at, like, that type of stuff, right? Like, get out of my, like, so, you know, this time I went by myself because she was home with her dad. And so I went and I was able to look at everything. It was amazing. I came out of there with 14 books. Okay. And I give them $1 per book, but I gave them $20 for the 14 books. Then I went back, I came home and I made a little book haul, and I was showing the Coven. And my sister saw, and she's like, I want to go, because my sister is a big time reader like I am. However, my sister's she wants to read 100 books by the end of the year. She's already read 51 books. I'm like, girl, you go right ahead. I can't. I don't read, like, she'll pick up one book and read. I do several different things. I can't. She only dedicates herself to one book, which is great. But I was homeschooling, so I would have to read a lot of that stuff, although we are done with homeschooling for the summer. And then, of course, my witchy books, and then stuff for the Coven, stuff for my witchy page, and then I read all kinds of things. So it's like, and I'm not going to force myself to be reading books like that. I'm cool with the way I am. How many did you read? 1. No, I actually read a lot of books, but not like, she reads a book a week, almost. I can, if it's this small. No, it's because I read so many at one time. So anyway, so she saw, and so she said, I'm off Sunday and Monday. And I said, okay. Now, mind you, my sister has not been out to my house in a year, since last Christmas. So I'm like, she ain't gonna come. In fact, wait, did she come this last Christmas? I can't remember, but she hasn't been to our house in over a year. I know that for sure. It's been over a year. Yeah, she didn't come this last Christmas. It was the Christmas before. I don't know, but that heifer ain't been to my house in a while. So I said, she ain't gonna come, whatever. So then my husband got off of work this morning, and I'm making him breakfast, and that girl texts me at 9 o'clock in the morning. She's like, I'm on my way. I'm like, damn, she wasn't playing. I said, girl, the library don't open till 12. She's like, that's okay. I'm like, can I still come? You can come. So I fed my husband breakfast, and he took a shower, whatever. He's like, I'm gonna go to bed. And I told him, okay, well, we're gonna go to the library and, go get some lunch, and then, we'll be back home. Okay. So finally my sister came, and we had a little, made a little breakfast. We had coffee, and, I had fruit, and she had some granola, and we were like, let's go. So we went, and so when we first walked in, my sister, I said, this right here is, all these books here are on sale. I mean, these are all books that you can buy by donation. Okay, we'll look at these first, and then we'll go upstairs because there's a lot more upstairs. And she's like, oh, okay. So there was like 2 big racks, like front and back, right? I mean, on both sides. So she was looking, and she had a pile of books already. And then I go, are you ready to go upstairs? She had so many books, so we had to take the elevator because she had them in a bag. And she was like, oh, I don't think I can pack these upstairs. They're so heavy. So when we went upstairs, we went to the back, and she goes, I said, okay, it's right here in this section. And so she goes, where are the books that are donation, that you buy on donation? And I go, all of these books. And she's like, all of these books? So it's like one. So if the room is a big square room like this, you walk in right here, all this whole wall is all bookshelves, all bookshelves, all bookshelves, all bookshelves, to the one little door that you can, like one little opening to let you in. So boom, boom, boom. And then in here you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4 or 5 rows of books. And she was like, oh my God, look at all these books. Like, she was losing her mind. And so she goes, so they have everything is by donation except for the collectors. They have some collector books. And so those are marked how much they cost inside. But they had a special. If you buy one collector's book, you get one free. And I'm thinking, I don't think you guys know what books are collectibles, because they had Stephen King, Dolores Claiborne. I said Dolores Claiborne? I think that's the one they had. Dolores Claiborne, I think that's the name of it. They had that as a collectible. But then I had all these other Stephen King books that weren't. And I was like, and I looked at it, maybe it's signed by Stephen King, right? Because if it was signed, then I'm going to buy it. I didn't see anything, and I'm like, But whatever, I wasn't going to say nothing. So she was looking through all the books, I mean, and she was just like, she had them all in her hand. She was like, so there was a cart there, so she started putting them on the cart. And she was just going crazy, like, oh my God, they had like James Patterson, Jackie Collins, they had Anne Rice, Lou Anne Rice, they had Patricia Cornwell, some Stephen King, I mean just tons and tons and tons of books. Like I can see them, but I mean just tons of books. And then they had like individual books, like, you know, the Memoirs of Geisha, you know, like the Ape House, and then they had political books, they had biography books, and then they had self-help, psychology, sociology, food, like recipe books, childbearing books, I think that they were called, poetry, religion and spiritual, you know, like history books. One thing about them, they have it all. They have everything in a really nice category. Like everything is like, when this one woman went up there, she goes, do you have any books here on crafts? And she goes, well, because there's always a volunteer there, and she's the one that takes the money, right? And they're always elderly people, right? And so she's like, well, what kind of hobby do you have? Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I'm sleepy. She says, what kind of hobbies? And she's like, I don't know. I don't know what she said. So she goes, oh, let me go show you. So, they know where everything is. So I really do like that. And she says they get books every single day. So my sister's like, every day? So I'm like, yeah, because when I went back today, I got 16 more books. Because when I went on Saturday, I bought 14, and then today I bought 16. So I looked at every single one of those books. So I know they got new books, because there were some books there that I hadn't seen. I was like, dang. All right. Oh, I'm so sleepy. Okay, first let me show y'all something my Coven sister bought me. And I got that in the mail today. My Coven sister, Christine, sent this to me. She spoils me. So nice. I love it. She's so good to me. Okay. I just love her. Look what she sent me. She calls it Poison Ivy. And you see that? It's like a plaque. It's a witch. And she's sticking her tongue out with the little leaf. Like she's a garden witch, like a green witch, garden witch. She called her Poison Ivy. I freaking love her. Isn't she cute? I showed my husband, I go, isn't she cute? He's like, I wouldn't say she's cute, but that's nice. I just love it. It's so beautiful. She has one, and she showed it to me when she was like walking around her house. I'm like, girl, let me see that. And she lives, you know, I'm in Texas and she's in Massachusetts, so we FaceTime a lot. And so I'm like, oh, that's so she told me, Murphy, you're going to be getting a gift today just because give. I'm like, girl, you don't have to do that. And she sent that to me. I'm like, oh my God, thank you. It's so beautiful. I love it. Okay. Now, before we start the books, I'm going to show you one more thing. So, while my sister was looking at the rack of books that I already had looked at, I went to go, so let's go see what the new books are, right? Might be something for me to check out. Let me tell y'all. There was 3 old people in that row with me. I wouldn't say all old people, but older than me. So we were all looking, And I'm like, oh, they got a new book on Stranger Things. They got this. And then I go, I'm like, what is that? Ooh, guys, I almost trampled these 3 old women getting this book. The Aquaman book. Guys, I'm like, Lord, if y'all don't move out of my way, that is a book on my husband. Oh, it's new. I'm like, oh, you're going home with me. Oh, just oh my Lord. Yes, donated by Miss Janet Burnett in honor of Dr. Betty Burnett. Who cares? Who cares why it came? It's got beautiful, glorious photos of him. Yes, I know. I have the movie on my phone, on my iPad, on DVD, hell, even on Blu-ray. And do I own a Blu-ray? No. But I had to have it. Have to have it. So they, oh Lord. Okay. We're going to take this and read this later. Anyway. Yes, I know. I'm a little obsessed with him. I love the movie. I love him. It's not just about how he looks, guys. It really isn't just about how he looks. Okay, a large percentage of it is how he looks. I mean, that's a tall mountain, right? Woo-hoo. Okay, it's not just about that. It's just, it really is about he's such a great person. Like Emilia Clarke, who plays Khaleesi. I freaking love her. Daenerys I can't pronounce Daenerys Stormborn. Ugh. Stormborn. Why can't I get this right? I'm still half asleep. But, you know, she plays Khaleesi. Daenerys. I love her too, because not only do I love characters, but I love how they are as real people. Their personalities, all the good that they've done for their community, for their families. I mean, so it's not just about how, no, yes, I don't have posters and books and DVDs of Emilia Clarke, you know, her being Khaleesi. But guys, I sure wanted to dye my hair platinum and get it braided up like Khaleesi. Where are my dragons? Like, you better go sit down somewhere. Anyway, so let's go on. You know, like, I don't care about this. I don't care about this. At the library, they have this. If you guys ever see this, it's called the book page. It's a free little pamphlet. And in case you don't get it, you can go to borrowreadrepeat.com. Borrowreadrepeat.com. That's where you can find this. Anyway, what I like about this book, you can also get on their, sign up for their newsletter. Yeah, borrowreadrepeat.com. You can get on their free newsletter. And so if you don't have access to this, everything that's in this will be in the email. And what this is good is that it shows you all the new books that are coming. And it tells you what they are and a little bit about the books. So if you are a book lover, this is something good to have. So the table of contents, it has like features, the cover, the book reviews, and the columns. So let's see how this is. All the new releases, and then it tells you a little bit about the books. Yes, you can get on Pinterest. Yes, you can get online. But if you don't know what new books, if you don't know what books are coming, then how would you know? You know what I mean? So I always get one of these every single month when I go to the library. I pick one of these up. But I think I'm going to sign up for the website. I mean, somebody help me, for the email. Why am I screaming? I'm sorry. Anyway, but that's all that this is. That's all that this is. You guys, in case y'all are wondering how I am doing with my husband being home, I absolutely love it. I love it. I love that man so much. I'm so happy. Like, y'all just don't know. Look at that. I'm the happiest I've ever been in my life. The happiest. I really am. Just to be able to see my husband every single day, it's like winning the lottery for me. You guys have to remember, I haven't done this in a very long time. So, yes. Ooh, look at this one. This one I wanted to get. This one's called The Maid. And it has the author and a little bit about the book. So yeah, I'm going to read this later. I won't bore y'all with that. But I just wanted y'all to know if y'all ever see these. These are free. And if you ever see them, pick them up. But again, go to borrowreadrepeat.com. Down here. See right here? And it looks like they have the Instagram, Facebook. They have a Facebook, a Twitter, a Pinterest, and an Instagram. And that way you can see everything in that. All right. And then I picked these up at the library that we go to. Every library has one of these programs. And if you have children, go in there and they either have a little brochure like this or they have the, what is that? What is that? Look, guys. Hold on. Look. Do you see it? Sorry. It's like a little moth or something. He's on my giant sunflower. Okay, he's like, leave me alone. Sorry. It just caught like the, I was like, what is that? Okay, it's that noise you hear is my dryer. Sorry. Okay, so yeah, if any of y'all have children, go into your library and they always have little programs like this, especially for summer. So it's free for the kids. I'm a big library person. You know, especially if we only have one library in our town. So all the donations go to this library. So they get tons and tons of donations. So my thing is, you know, look for your library. Number one, having a library card is amazing because it allows you not only to check out books, but you can go there and use the computer. You can print things out. Like, you have so many privileges when having a library card. And if you want to read all the new latest books and you can't afford to buy them, or you don't have any place to put them, or you're the kind of person like, I want to read a book and then I don't want it no more, then a library card is so good. They have audio books as well, so if you don't have time to actually read, pop in an audio book. I mean, you can get movies. I mean, it's so worth it. It really is so worth it. And then also, I told you guys, if you have a library card, you can download, there's plenty of library apps. Not only can you get on your public library website and check out audiobooks and check for books and stuff like that there, but there's other apps that you can you put in your library card into it, and then you can download an audiobook. And it downloads onto your device. You get it for like 2 weeks, 2-3 weeks, and then after that, it disappears. If you haven't renewed it, you know, to keep it longer. But anyway, let's go on with the books. Y'all like, okay, Murphy, go on with the books. All right. I have 3 big stacks. All right. Let me move my bag out of the way. All right. Sorry, guys. I got this bag at Earthbound. It says, leave room for magic. I got it at Earthbound for, I think, $1.99. So I use it, you know, because I don't like to use plastic. Okay, little bug. I need for you to go. Now it's on my books. Okay, the first book I got is this one called Blindfall by Christopher Rice. He is Anne Rice's son. If you like to if you like to read Anne Rice, her son writes really good books. His books are really like, you know, like he's got a really like he does a lot of horror books, and he's got a lot of great books. So, and I don't like these books. You guys know I don't like these little fat books. I'm like short and chubby. That's that's what I am. Why would I want a book like that? No, I don't like these books. I've never liked these types of books. I don't know why. But I couldn't pass this down because I really love Christopher Rice. He's got some, he reminds me a lot of Stephen King, but we all know Stephen King is the boss. Whoop, whoop. That's why he's a king. But he's got some good stuff. All right, I also collect Sylvia Browne books. This one is Sylvia Browne, The Psychic's Guide to the Other Side, Our World and Beyond and Back. And let me tell you guys, these books are in great condition. If you go in there and you say, all I have is a quarter for this book, they're like, thank you very much. Would you like a bag? I mean, this is a $25 book. So even if I go to half price books, I still can't get this that cheap. And unless they're in the dollar, section. Sometimes I get books for $1 or $2, but this was good. All right, the next Sylvia Browne book I got is Insight, Case Files from the Psychic World. I should have been using my little light on here. I don't know if I showed you. I have a little, never mind. Before I get into that story. Maybe next time. I got another Sylvia Browne book. I don't know where it is. Oh, it's right here. I'll have to, it's underneath this pile. I'll do it later. Then I got this one, A Girl with All the Gifts, M.R. Carey. I'm not sure what this is about. My sister says she bought this. She goes, oh my God, I just bought this book from Barnes & Noble 3 weeks ago or 2 weeks ago, full price. And she goes, in here I could have had it for $1. And full price it's $15. Then I got this one by Carol Wilkinson, Dragon Keeper. Not sure what this is about. I was just picking up books and I figured I'd come home and I look through them and read something. But I think this is a UA book, like a young adult book. This just is something, it's about an aging dragon and a young orphan are held captive by a cruel master. So I guess about a boy and a dragon. Then I got this one called Team Spirit by Francesca Leia Block. I got it because it's the Ouija board. So this one, I read a little bit about, I think this is also a youth book. This one, the girl used to live with her grandmother. The grandmother passed away, and then she moved to some little town. She met this little boy, this young boy, and they found a Ouija board, and they started playing with the Ouija board so they could start talking to her dead grandmother. And of course, they awaken and unleash the beast. And so who knows what happens. I'm like, oh, that sounds great. I'll take that. Then I got this one called Oklahoma Indian County Guide. One State, Many Nations. The ice machine. Anything on Native Americans, I'm going to get. Not really sure exactly what this is, but this has a lot of information on different tribes, and that's nice. I wonder if they have anything in here on my tribe. I'll have to look through here and see if they have anything. Our family, we're Apache. We're majority of Apache from the Lipan tribe, but my mother is also Aztec, and I don't really know a lot about that. Anyway, that one. Okay, then I got, I thought I had smashed a little thing, but I flew over there. This one is called Witchtown, Where Secrets Have Their Own Power. This book feels nice. Again, this looks like it's a youth book. It says she's never had power. She's only told lies. She's always kept secrets. But it will all end soon. Witchtown is the final stop. So a witchy book. I love me some witchy books. So I'm like, I'll take that. Then I got this one called Walk With Me. I wasn't going to get this, but this is such a beautiful book. I mean, just look at the book. And what I like is look at the pages here. They're kind of like torn pages, right? So when I looked in this book, I thought it was like a journal because it had blank paper. But I don't know if it's poetry or an actual story. it just says walk with me, and then it has like little drawings like this, and then the paper is really thick paper, and so I think it's like poetry. Let me see. It is. It's like poetry, but it's a beautiful book. It's just got beautiful pages. Got that. Then I got these three books by Homer. You know, Homer is the author who did the Odyssey. One of my favorite books, the Odyssey. Oh, I love the Odyssey. But these other ones, I'm not sure what they are or even how to pronounce them. I don't want to butcher it up. Ooh, almost dropped my setup here. Okay, hold on. I was going to try to show you a close up. Okay. Do you see those? I mean, I could like stop, Google it, and then tell Siri, girl, how you say this? But I don't feel like doing that. Like I said, I'm sleepy. But anyway, I was just gonna get the Odyssey, right? But this is a nice little set, and I love the Odyssey. I can't wait to read this again. Then I got this one, Gone with the Wind. It's too bad that the cover is missing. One of my friends really loves Gone with the Wind, and so I want to get this for her because this has a lot of great photos in here from the movie itself. So I'm definitely gonna. They had the big book called Scarlet, and I was gonna get her that too, but I'm like, oh, she ain't gonna read this. But this is something nice for her, and I got her something else too, and I'll show you that. Then I got this one by Arthur Miller, Homely Girl, A Life and Other Stories. So I got this book because look at the beautiful cover. You guys know I love art. Look at that. It's just like a really nice portrait. And I just love how it's on this black book. And it's a thin book. And it just says, it just has three stories. Homely Girl, A Life, Fame, and Fiddler's Night. There are just 3 stories in here. And this is like 115 pages, a one-nighter. All right. The other Silver Brown book I got is Spiritual Connections. You know, Silver Brown has so many books. And they had 2 other books there. They had, I don't know, the other 2 books, I can't remember what they are. I think it was Secrets and Mysteries. And the other one was Temples on the Other Side or something. I actually have those books, so I didn't get them. But, yeah, so, let me see. But anyway, yeah, I'm collecting her, so definitely. And guys, oh my gosh, was I so happy to find this book. I don't like that it did not have a cover, but this is War and Peace. But you know what? I love these type of old books right here. I have a stack of these little old books. I just love the way they look, and I stacked them and I put them in my guest room on the shelf. But guys, I've read this a long time ago. And it took me a long time only because yeah, I was just like very new into reading. And what do I get first? War and Peace. Why not? I think I watched this old movie and she was sitting there on her little porch, and you know, her little tea, and she was reading, and the guy asked her what she was reading, and she said, oh, I'm doing a little bit of light reading. And he looked at it and it was like War and Peace. Like, oh Lord, I know. And I did read it, but it took me a long time. But I definitely want to read this again. It's kind of like those things where you're only reading it because you want to accomplish reading this monstrosity of a book again. this book has 1,400 pages, I believe. About 1,400 pages. Yeah. It stops at 1460. I mean, at 1360. But, y'all gonna be like, Murphy, what you reading now? War and Peace. Next month. Murphy, what you reading? War and Peace. Month 8th. What you reading? War and Peace. I'm so sick of War and Peace. Like, yeah. Okay. Another book I got by Sylvia Brown. This is book 1. This is God, Creation, and Tools for Life. Journey of the Soul series. I didn't know she had Journey of the Soul series. Yeah. I know. It's a little... I'm always a Looney Tune, but especially when I'm like really tired. I got so much sun today. And I'm just... I went to bed really late and got up really early. My husband, got off of work. He gets off work early in the morning, and I start making breakfast for him at 6:30. I'm like, who am I making breakfast? I'm usually going to sleep at this time. Anyway, so we still got some more, guys. And then the next book now, oh, my ears are so itchy. Remember what I told y'all I had some books that I have bought, but I wasn't sure, if I had showed them to you. In one of those hauls, I had a Pocahontas book. Anyway, that's somewhere upstairs. But this is the Pocahontas book. I actually have another one of hers. And this is just, the story. The story. She was a princess, a lady, a legend in her own story. A story of America. Again, I'm not really sure. I have to read this first because I definitely want to teach Jade the story, the real story of Pocahontas, not this Disney story of Pocahontas, the real story of Pocahontas. But I need to, not yet. I mean, because, things that happened to her and her people. But Pocahontas is one of my favorite Disney cartoons. But it's so inaccurate, So anyway, I definitely am going to enjoy reading this. And then I got this one, Lincoln's Greatest Speech. Lincoln was one of my favorite presidents. You guys know how much I love history. And you know what's great about this book? Can y'all see? It's large print. You can see it from here. I love large print. I'm like, oh, I love large print. I don't know what it is. When I was young, my mom had a large print book, and I opened it up, and I'm like, what is this? And she goes, it's large print for people like me who can't see. And I'm like, wow, this is so big. And the book just seemed like, I'm one of those people who likes to write in capital letters. I'm the person that will text you back like, hey, what are you doing? Everything that I say is all caps. So sometimes my friends go, why are you yelling at me? And I'm like, that's just how I type in all caps. I'm sorry. But I have this thing with big, bold letters. And so that's why I love large print. I'm like, dang, I don't even need my nightlife for this. Yeah, so I'm super excited to read this book. Because, again, I love history. And I love reading books on Lincoln. I've read a lot of books on Lincoln. And so they have some of his speeches in here. So I definitely want to read that. This one comes in a series. This is Fire Song, Book 3 of the Wind of Fire trilogy. I've never seen this book before. I have no clue what this is about. But I like the cover. And for me, I sometimes will get a book just based on how it looks. And be like, please let it be good. Please let this be good. So I'm going to have to, what I think what I'm going to do is check out from the library book 1 and read it and see if I'm into it. I'm like, okay, I can deal with this. And if I like it, then I'll go ahead and order book 1 and book 2 so I can have a set. This next one I got, this is also another black magic book. This is another witchy book by Kim Harrison. The Black Magic Sanction. This one here says the best-selling author of White Witch and Black Curse. So I'm not sure what this book is about. But look at the great shape of these books. I mean, you know. So it just says here that Rachel Morgan has fought and hunted vampires, werewolves, banshees, demons, and other supernatural dangers in both witch and bounty hunter. So she's a witch and a bounty hunter, and she has fought all these supernatural beings. So I'm not sure. It says in the very bottom, it takes a witch to catch a witch, but survival bears a heavy price. So I guess she's a witch bounty hunter who's going to be trying to catch a witch. So that's going to be nice. I also collect Dan Brown books. So Origin, this has been on my list to get. You guys know that book list that I have. Look at the great condition of all these books are in great condition. I'm telling you guys, look into your library and see if they have something like this where you can buy used books. Sometimes they're donated, and in cases like this came from from a library or from the library itself. Because sometimes when the books get too old, they will just they will donate it or, you know, sell it really, really cheap. But this looks like they came from other libraries. But anyway, this was not a library book. This was donated. So yeah, this one is Inferno, Lost Symbol, the Da Vinci Code. So yeah, I'm not sure when I'm going to read this one, but I do collect Dan Brown. Then I have another Dan Brown book. This is the Da Vinci Code. I have the Da Vinci Code and Angels and Demons book, but the reason why I like this book is because this one is this is a special illustrated book. And so this is nice because it has lots of illustrations in it. So as you're reading, you get to see illustrations. And this is a heavy book. Yeah, I love books that are illustrated like this. I like Dan Brown. I like the way he writes. I think the reason why I like his book so much is because I love history books. And in a lot of his books, he gives so much great details in his books, like historical details. And that's what I like. I like when they do like historical stuff. And just like Patricia Cornwell, I love forensic medicine, forensic case files, anything that has to do with forensic. And her books are all forensic and deal with, like, you know, those type of cases, forensic case files and stuff. And all of her books are all written in that way, like the medical terminology and all the forensic. It's just amazing. So this book I bought also for my friend. She loves Gone with the Wind. I saw that book. I'm like, oh, I want this book for her. So she collects stuff, and I have been buying her every time that it's like her birthday or something. I always buy her something of Gone with the Wind. I think the last thing I bought her was a Gone with the Wind lunchbox I got from a little antique store. And then I got her some other stuff. I was at the store one time and I saw Scarlet, and it was like a birthday card. I had to get it just because I thought it was so cute. I said, it's just, you know, that. But this has a lot of illustrations here of the movie itself. So it says here, the rich and fascinating story of how Hollywood's legendary producer created the greatest movies of all time. So this has so many photos in here of the house. Oops, sorry. Who am I saying sorry to? Right? Okay. All right. So I'm gonna try to meet her this week, maybe for lunch, and give her her book. And I actually got 2 books for her. And she says, that's great, Murphy. She goes, I have a whole bunch of books I want to give you. She goes, I was cleaning out my house and I have a lot of books I like to give you, and whatever you don't want, you can go and donate. And I'm like, that's great. So, all right. This one here is called Like Water for Chocolate. I thought this was the same as Chocolat and with Johnny Depp, but my sister informed me like, no, they are two different movies, two different books. So I'm like, oh, I didn't know. 1993, Happy Father's Day. Nice handwriting. Obviously, somebody wasn't too happy with their gift. Do you know that is the second book that I have gotten that it's been for a father? Jade? Jade? Oh. Okay. So this one says it has, this one says here, okay, so it says a novel in the monthly installments with recipes, romance, and home remedies. So my sister said in the movie, everything revolves around food and in the kitchen because the mother, the grandmother, or the sister, one of them are always cooking, and it's I think based in Mexico. So anyway, she said it's so good, and this is not a big book at all. So I'm gonna look for the movie too, but I definitely am gonna enjoy reading that. And then the next book I got is by Sir Thomas More, Utopia. Oh, how I love Utopia. Love this book. I used to have one of the older versions, but I lost it when I lost my storage many years ago. I'm not bitter anymore. But anyway, so when I saw this, I was super, super happy. The book that I had, the older book that I had a really pretty, cover on it. It was an older book, like that older book that I showed you. It was kind of like that. But anyway, I'm so happy. This right here is one of the most influential books that you can read. Another reason why I love Utopia, because my mother was from Utopia, Texas. She was born in Utopia. So I just thought, even more. But yes, you ever get a chance to read Utopia, you should read it. Okay, another book I got is A Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants. I got this for my daughter, and I did not realize that they had other books. I know that they had a part 2. My sister said they had 3 movies. I did not know that. And look at all these books. So I'm like, well, I love reading youth books as well, because, in case Jade wants to read them. But I read them too. I mean, like, ooh, I want to read this. Like, I bought the Dumbo book. You guys know that I read that one. And then I bought Jade the Aladdin book from the movie that just came out. And so she's like, I'm not ready to read that. I'm like, I'll read it. I don't care what it is. I love comics. You guys know I love everything. But this looks like a very easy read. And so, I don't know. If I find the other ones on sale, I'll buy those too. All right. I got Stephen King, Rose Madder. I've not read this one. And that's what I was saying, like the Dolores Claiborne, it was the same type, like a book, just like this, except it said Dolores Claiborne. And it was a collectible. I'm like, how was that? But anyway, I'm collecting all of Stephen King's books again. I had a lot of his books. And again, I'm not bitter, but when I lost my storage, I lost all of my books. Let's move on from there. The second one I got is Stephen King's The Tommyknockers. I've never read this book either. Do you see where some little creature has eaten the corner of this book? And here. Okay. And this will bother me forever. It's okay. It's not going to take away from me reading the book. Oh, I love Stephen King. I love how his mind works. Okay. Next Stephen King book I got is Bag of Bones. I've actually read this one. This is a haunted love story. Really, really good. So good. Then I got this one, Stephen King's Hearts in Atlantis. I have not read this one. Not at all. But his books are so good. So that's all the books that I got. And you know, I was sitting here looking at my purse because I had this book here from a shopping haul that I went to Barnes and Noble, and this was I don't think I showed y'all this one, but since it was in my purse, I thought let me go ahead and show y'all. This one is The Haunted Tales of the Driscoll Hotel. I got this at Barnes and Noble for $6.49. I paid $6.49 for this. Must have really wanted this. Well, because the Driscoll is in Austin. You know, we live not too far from Austin. The Driscoll is on 6th Street. It's a famous, what does it say? Thank you for keeping it weird. This is signed by the author, by Monica L. Ballard. And this is signed by her. You know, when I was reading this in the car, I didn't even see that. Because when I opened it up, I went straight to the first thing. Anyway, get it together. This hotel is in Austin, down on 6th Street, and it's famous because one, it's a very old hotel. It's a very old and very classy hotel. They have like 10 different waiting rooms, and they're all decorated completely different. It's almost like you're stepping back in time. Beautiful, beautiful hotel. But it's very haunted. They have a lot of ghosts in there. So when you take the ghost tour in Austin, they take you to the Driscoll Hotel, and they tell you about all the things that have happened there in the Driscoll. But and you could look it up on YouTube. They have tons of stories on the Driscoll Hotel. So this just talks about all the different floors that people have seen things and their experiences. But again, if you're interested, let's take the sticker right off. Okay. The Driscoll Hotel. That's the spelling of it right there. And you can look it up and find some information on it. But all right, guys, that's all that I got. Thanks for staying on and looking at my book haul. I wanted to get this out of the way because tomorrow I want to take all these books upstairs and put them away on my bookshelf. And I talked to my husband. I'm like, can we please get bookshelves in our room? I want bookshelves like one whole wall of my room because my bookshelves upstairs are getting full and I need more books. And so he's like, yeah, he's like, well, let me think about that. I'm like, okay. So anyway, why do I have to ask his permission? It's not so much permission because we share our bedroom, and this way I don't completely take it over or he doesn't completely take it over. You know, we both share that room. So we like to keep our bedroom very neutral. And I told him that I like having our bedroom like a hotel room. You know, when you go to a hotel room and the bed is always made and it's very comfortable and it's clean and you only have what you need in the room. You have your bed, your nightstand table, your lamp, your dresser, maybe a TV, a nice rug, a nice chair. Very comfortable. That's what I like in our room, and that's what we have. We don't have, you know, I wouldn't even have the TV in there if it wasn't for my husband. But our room is very comfortable. It's very, you go in and it's clean. Like he came home this morning from work. He goes, where's all my stuff? I put all his shit up. He had like stuff everywhere. And so I let him have it like that because he had just came home. But I told him by the end of May, you need to have all this up because I don't like having a mess in our room. And a mess in our room means he had two pairs of house shoes out and a pair of tennis shoes out. And he had his dirty clothes bag, and he had 2 stacks of clothes and a little bag on our armoire at the foot of the bed. And then on his bedside table, he just had like 4 bottles of water and just, it was driving me crazy. So I cleaned it all up last night. I put everything away in his closet, in his drawers, so fixed everything up. Cleaned the whole room last night, you know, washed everything down, vacuumed it, washed all the sheets and pillows, you know, because when you come home, for me, when I come home, I want my room to be so inviting, so comfortable, I love for it to smell good and look good. I like the lights to be low and you just jump into bed and it's just like, oh, hello, old friend, like that. Not like, you know, a pile of clothes here, nothing matching in your room, the sheets don't match, the pillows don't match, you got like piles of dirty clothes here, you know, pile of trash over there. I don't like that at all. I like to be very inviting. So I like to burn candles in there, and you know, like, you deserve to have a nice room. You work really hard, no matter what you do, if you go to work or you stay home or whatever it is, everybody deserves to have a very lovely and comfortable home to lay in. You know, like room, a bedroom. So anyway, let me get off because I'm tired. I need to go lay my butt in that comfortable room. All right, guys, thanks for listening all this time. As always, love y'all and blessed be. Bye.